This case should never have come to trial.
I don't think it's fair to call my clients frauds. Because one time I turned into a dog and they helped me. Thank you.
Your Honor, we would like to withdraw our plea of not guilty and enter a plea of guilty.
This trial is a travesty. It's a travesty of a mockery, of a sham, of a mockery, of a travesty, of two mockeries, of a sham.
If we are to have faith in justice, we need only to believe in ourselves.
And the truth shall set you free!
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Oh, guilty, but with a real good excuse.
I think the truth will come forth.
You can't handle the truth!
Hello, everybody. It's time for more Law Light, brought to you, as always, by Foreman, Watson, Holtry at FWHlegal.com. Today, half of us are coming to you from the high-rise white brick edifice at 530 Frederica Street, and the other of us, myself, is driving. I'm driving right outside of Louisville, but I am hands-free, so I'm being safe. And I guess, PJ, you've got Tyler Johnson with you?
I do. Hello.
All right. Tyler, been a while since you've been a guest. I got one question for you. Did PJ make you put earphones on?
I do have headphones on, yes.
Yeah, headphones.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when the air conditioning kicks on, you're going to get a really cool sensation if the air does kick on, or the heat, one or the other. It's pretty impressive. You'll hear it like it's right inside your ear.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's an added bonus. Added bonus.
For those listening, that should not be an issue because we've moved away from the air vent. It also shouldn't be an issue if you had a guy that was running all this technology that knew what they're doing.
Filters. Knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Filters.
Right.
It's filters.
Filters. Pop filters. Well, listen, a couple of things. Headed to depositions in Cincinnati tomorrow, and so we're trying to get this in, and we weren't going to miss it. And as we said before, we wanted to get Tyler in because we are going to be starting our big annual Christmas movie bracket competition, and you last week revealed the 32 movies. Now, I do wonder, did you show the 32 movies to Tyler, or is he going to be seeing this cold?
No, it's cold. He's just now staring at the list.
Yeah.
And I think I already see some why is that on there looks.
Yeah, right. Well,
some of them are debatable for sure.
There's no question about that. I agree with you, Tyler. I agree. But for those who don't know, which most of you probably do, Tyler Johnson is one of the partners of the law firm Foreman, Watson, Holtry. He's been on the show several times, but he primarily focuses his practice on personal injury litigation and on family law. And so we're glad to have Tyler. And here's the way it works, Tyler. I don't know, were you on the last year's Christmas movie at all? Did you do one of the weeks?
If I did, it was so memorable I don't remember.
That
makes sense. I don't think that I did the Christmas edition bracket. I think I did
the Super Bowl. I think he did the Super Bowl.
All right.
Or maybe it was the Puppy Bowl.
Here's how it works. PJ picked 32 movies that were revealed last week. It was solely PJ picking. And then...
Which is the first mistake.
Yeah, that's all right. That is right, and we're gonna get a lot of pushback about that. But then I asked PJ to formulate the bracket, and he told me, now PJ, you didn't change your mind. You just did random draw, right?
Yeah, I shredded up a sheet of paper, wrote the numbers on it, and then randomly pulled them out of a cup.
That was my next question, because these are numbered 1 through 32. And first of all, if that was an order of ranking of these movies, I would be very upset. So I'm glad that it was random.
Right.
Yeah, it's random.
I agree, Tyler. So the numbers really are irrelevant, other than it was a mechanism for PJ to do a blind draw, right, PJ?
Correct.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate 16 of these movies today. Is that okay? Is that what we're going to do?
I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah, all right.
It kind of is the point.
All right. Now, Tyler, one other reminder before we start. There is one movie that is notably missing from the list, and that movie is Christmas Vacation. And the reason that Christmas Vacation is not on the list, not on the bracket, is because it was our winner last year, and it moves into the Christmas Movie Hall of Fame, okay?
Yeah, for good reason.
Right.
It should be
right.
there.
So it's there, has the first spot at the seat at the table at the Hall of Fame. And so now this year's winner will join Christmas Vacation. So let's start that process right now. So I'm driving. I'm not going to look at this sheet of paper. Tyler and Jay, you will debate the two movies. If a deciding vote needs to be made, I will cast the deciding vote on if the two of you can't agree. Okay?
Sounds good.
10-4.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, well, Tyler, I'll let you take the first two, or at least say what they are, and then
Sure.
and then we'll go from there. Now, of course, everyone listening, this was completely random, the pairing.
Yeah, that might need to be clarified more than once because some of these heavy favorites are going to get knocked out early because of the other movies they're paired up against.
Oh yeah.
For instance, Gremlins is the first one with a Charlie Brown Christmas, both classics, debatable as to whether or not Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
I think Gremlins is full on a Christmas movie. It takes place during Christmas. There's Christmas music in it. There's Christmas stories that are told. If you remember, I can't. Her name escapes me, but her dad was dressed up like Santa Claus and came down the chimney and got stuck, and they found him weeks later because it started a funky smell started coming out. That's Christmas. That's Christmas all over it.
So the only basis for becoming a Christmas movie is to be set in a time during Christmas.
Well, no.
And have, because the plot of this movie has nothing to do with Christmas whatsoever.
It doesn't, but it, by way of taking place on Christmas and being so heavily steeped in Christmas,
yeah,
yes, becomes a Christmas
Fair
movie.
enough. I can't wait to hear your argument for Die Hard after your argument there.
It's even stronger than Gremlins.
Yeah. So Gremlins is a fantastic movie. Don't feed a gremlin after midnight, right?
Don't get it wet.
Yeah.
Don't get it wet. Don't get it wet.
Careful. And A Charlie Brown Christmas is a fantastic movie that I probably haven't seen in about 5 years or so.
Well, it can't be that fantastic.
Well, I don't watch as many movies as you, PJ.
Well, you have a life.
You do as well. Your life just involves watching a lot of movies.
Yes.
So, like, do I need to vote as to which?
Yeah, which one do you think?
Yeah, for a few reasons. I don't think Gremlins isn't a Christmas movie. I don't care when it's set. I don't care if they dress up as Santa Claus. Charlie Brown Christmas is a Christmas movie about Christmas and the characters from Charlie Brown. So I'm going with the Charlie Brown Christmas.
I love Gremlins.
I do too.
And I will also go with a Charlie Brown Christmas, only because I watch it every single year. It's one of those.
Yeah.
It's one of those films. It's just you have to watch it.
Get you in the
this
mood.
Time of year. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll go with a Charlie Brown Christmas.
Okay.
Sorry,
All
Steven
right.
Spielberg.
That gets advanced now. I am not going to make any comment at all because obviously since Charlie Brown Christmas advances, I will save my comments about Charlie Brown's Christmas until needed, so we can go to the next one.
All right, so the next one is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the 1966 cartoon, versus Office Christmas Party. Both Christmas movies.
Yeah,
they both have Christmas in the title.
Yeah. We're not going to get into the argument as to whether or not it's a Christmas movie. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is 1966 version. I don't know that. I mean, I might have seen it. I've seen how
you had to have seen it.
It's the original cartoon,
yeah, the original,
right?
Yeah, with "You're a Mean One."
Yeah.
Mr.
But they
Grinch.
used that same tune in the version they did later, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I don't even
This
know.
is Boris Karloff did the narration for it.
Should I know Office Christmas Party? Because I'm not familiar with
Jason
that.
Bateman, T.J. Miller. It's It's a hilarious movie.
Well, now I feel like I don't know that I've
You
seen
need
it.
to see Office just for the. Do you like?
Big fan of Jason Bateman. Big fan. His podcast
it's
is my favorite, but second favorite podcast after Law Light featuring.
Good save.
Yeah. Second
Good save.
favorite. Smartless. You've listened to Smartless, right?
I haven't.
Really?
Wait, is that the one? It's him and Dak Shepard.
No.
Well, I know Dak
was the
Shepard has
first guest
armchair
expert.
Right. That's right. So he's with two other guys, though,
Yeah,
Jason Bateman.
with Will Arnett
Yes,
and
okay.
the guy from Will and Grace.
Yes, I listened to their first episode, but I haven't listened to it since. Not because it was. There's so many podcasts.
Yeah, but they're hilarious. They play really well. Yeah, fantastic podcast. I have not seen Office Christmas Party, so I'm not going to vote for it, but I'm going to watch it now that I know about it and now that I know who's in it.
I'll bring it when I bring you A Mighty Wind.
Okay, yes, A Mighty Wind. But I'm going to vote for How the Grinch Stole Christmas because it is a classic. Because my daughter likes How the Grinch Stole Christmas. She thinks it's a little scary, which it is a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm voting for How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Okay. I will also follow his lead, and I will do How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Office Christmas Party, hilarious movie. One like the night before.
Starring Jason Bateman. Shameless podcast. Maybe we'll get a plug on Shameless.
Yeah. But I have to go with Grinch Stole Christmas because it's got Boris Karloff doing the voiceover, and he was the original Frankenstein. He's a great actor of his time.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's also a favorite of mine as well, and one of those ones that I watch every year along with A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Right.
This is really easy so far, but I will say that I have seen them both, and this is one of those. It's just unfortunate that it was paired up against the Grinch because it's a hilarious movie and is a Christmas movie. But as it moves on, it does at least get good comments and should be back in the bracket next year.
Oh, I agree, and it will. All right, so the next one.
It's a Wonderful Life versus Scrooged. I believe it or not, I took like a film history of film class in college.
All right.
Yeah, it was me and 6 other football players and a couple of basketball players, right? So,
Let me guess. You were thinking Easy A.
That's right. That's
okay.
right. And it was towards the end of my college career, and you get to take some electives. Why not just take some classes that look fun, right? So that was one of them, and we watched, or I think we had to go home and watch It's a Wonderful Life. But I don't know that I've seen it since then, to be honest with you. But I know that is a classic Christmas movie. Is this where they have the sled named?
That is what, Rosebud?
Yeah,
that's Citizen Kane.
Oh yeah, Citizen Kane. Never mind.
Maybe you watched Citizen Kane.
I think I watched both. I didn't tell you what grade I got in the class, PJ.
So much for an Easy A.
Right. And Scrooged, big fan of Scrooged as well. But because I've, classic Christmas movies won the first 2 rounds, I think I'm going to stick with the same tune and go with It's a Wonderful Life.
Ooh. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. First of all, as with last year, it was discovered when we got to this film, It's a Wonderful Life. It's one I'm aware of. I've seen many clips from it. Hello, movie house, that whole thing. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings, that movie. But I've never seen it. And it's one of those classic movies that I've never seen. And I'm not saying that I'm sure it's a great film, but if I were given the option to watch It's a Wonderful Life for the first time or rewatch Scrooged for the 100th time, I'm going to go with Scrooged because it's not just a it's not just a great Christmas movie, but it's kind of a feel-good movie too, and it's Bill Murray. You can't go wrong with Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill's the best.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
So T.
Well, I'm glad I'm finally validated for being a part of the podcast today. I'm going to get to render a vote.
We winked at each other before that vote and said we've got to include him. So you vote one way, I'll vote the other.
We're setting a record for a podcast that I've said the least in. I will say this. I'm really worried about Jay's gruntlement toward It's a Wonderful Life. It's like I would watch this movie 100 times or 100th time before I'd watch this one for the first time.
Well, it's not disgruntled.
And it's like you just left it off the list last year altogether.
No, it was on the list last year.
No, it was a substitute. It was a substitute.
Did it become a substitute?
Yeah, it became a substitute along with Frosty the Snowman. And so here's the thing. You didn't even want it on the list last year. It's finally on the list, and then you're saying, well, I like Bill Murray better than this movie. You haven't even seen it, and for that reason, we're going to keep this damn movie on the pod on this.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Wait,
until you see it.
And I'm disgruntled.
Gets the vote. Yeah, I'm disgruntled at you. I'm disgruntled at you.
I'm going to say you're disgruntled. Mine is a legend.
I am not a happy camper about you voting against It's a Wonderful Life and never seeing it. It's a classic movie, and this Christmas you need to make a commitment to see it, PJ.
Yep, I'm going to make a commitment to Scrooged for the 100th time. No, I do want to see the movie. I haven't watched it because I don't want to see it or I don't like it. I mean, I can't not like it. I haven't seen it.
That's correct.
Right.
It's just it never comes to mind.
Okay. Well, now it does.
Well, it is right now, but I'll forget about it because I'll get home and I'll be like, "What should I watch tonight?" You know what? Scrooge.
It's a Wonderful Life. I'm gonna start sending. You're gonna get a reminder each day. Have you watched It's a Wonderful Life? Until you just get tired of hearing from me.
Please do that.
See, I don't own the movie and I don't have any streaming right now, so that either of you own the film to where I could borrow it.
Oh, I'm sure I do.
I own it only on Betamax.
Well, that's and all I have is a U-matic player.
Oh no! Oh no!
All right, moving on. So It's a Wonderful Life wins.
Yes,
and
it does.
Next is Frosty the Snowman versus The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Now, who directed The Nightmare Before Christmas? That's a
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Frosty again, very family Christmas Charlie Brown-ish movie.
Yeah.
And it's a good Christmas movie, but Tim Burton's a weird dude, and I like his weird movies, including this weird Christmas movie. So I'm going with Tim Burton.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, I'm going to be going in the opposite direction. While I like Tim Burton, I find him to be kind of a one-trick pony, but I can't take anything away from him. The guy's successful at what he does, and it works for him every time. And while I do enjoy The Nightmare Before Christmas, saw it in theaters and everything, I just don't enjoy it as much as Frosty the Snowman. And Frosty the Snowman is one of those up there with like the Grinch and Charlie Brown Christmas for me. So, Travis?
Last year, I remember voting for A Nightmare Before Christmas in the first round. I can't remember what it was paired up against, but two of my favorites as a kid was Frosty and Charlie Brown. I'm glad Charlie Brown made it. So here's Frosty. I really like Nightmare Before Christmas, but I am going to pull the classic card, and I'm in a very tight win, very tight race. It's going to be Frosty for me.
All right, Frosty is moving on. All right.
My turn?
Yes.
Number 9, The Ref versus Black Christmas 1974 version. And PJ may have noticed that I was feverishly...
He's Googling something.
Well, because I don't know what these movies are, to be honest with you, or if
Me
I've seen
either.
them. I don't know. I know that Dennis Leary is in The Ref.
Yes.
As well as Kevin Spacey, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey's been canceled, so I'm going to vote for Black Christmas because Kevin Spacey has been canceled.
That's right, because thanks to Kevin Spacey's perverted lifestyle, Black Christmas
gets
your vote.
Yes.
All right. So for me, The Ref is it's a hilarious movie. It's Dennis Leary. I love Dennis Leary. It's he's a criminal. He takes this couple hostage on Christmas, and they're kind of estranged, and they're constantly arguing, and it's like driving him crazy. It's a really funny movie if you haven't seen it. But Black Christmas, Bob Clark, same guy that directed A Christmas Story.
Okay.
Made Black Christmas, and it's also the reason we have the film Halloween. So I'm also going to go with Black Christmas because for me it's a every Christmas watch.
On my list now. Can I have this piece of paper after we're done for today?
Absolutely.
Okay. I've got a list of movies I need to watch, apparently.
I own most of these movies, so I can just let you borrow them.
All right.
All right. So is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So we have Mixed Nuts, which is the Steve Martin movie. Admittedly, I've never seen. And a very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas, which I have seen, and it's great. It's a really good Christmas movie.
Yeah, I've
for adults.
Yeah, for sure. Any Harold and Kumar movie is for adults. Right?
Correct.
And I think all their movies are hilarious.
Yeah.
I think 3D Christmas is hilarious for adults. I don't know that I've ever seen Mixed Nuts. I love Steve Martin. I think Steve Martin's hilarious.
Same.
Also a very good banjo player, and he has played at Romp in Owensboro, Kentucky as well. But sorry, Steve. Harold and Kumar get my vote.
Same. I'm going to have to go with Harold and Kumar. It was one of those movies where I went into it at the theater, and I thought it's just going to be another, poop and fart joke movie, and it is. But by the end of it, there's it's got a lot of heart. It's got fart, but also heart.
That's a winning combination to any movie.
Fart and heart.
Fart and heart.
Especially on Christmas.
Yeah, everybody loves farting and loving everybody. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, the next two.
Shameless.
Shameless. The next two, again, American Psycho. It's not a Christmas movie.
I won't argue that point. This one literally made the list because I love the movie, and it does take place during Christmas.
Yeah.
But while I would argue for Gremlins and Die Hard, I probably would not argue for American Psycho.
Does Christmas Day appear during that movie at all?
I believe so.
I don't remember it.
I don't
appearing.
know. It's been a while since I've watched it.
Yeah, fantastic movie, and I love the movie as well. I've seen it multiple times. 13 Sleighs Till Christmas, I believe, is a little bit of self-gratification maybe for PJ by adding a movie that he wrote, produced, co-wrote.
I wrote 3 of the segments. It's a horror anthology.
Right.
For those of you who haven't seen it, it's more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard and Gremlins put together. I can tell you that.
Yep.
It has Santa Claus in it.
Yep.
Most of the segments take place on either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. But yeah, it's an anthology, and I wrote 3 of the segments. I produced the entire film, and I directed the wraparound.
Cool. And the wraparound means what?
Oh, it's the story that
ties all the other stories together.
Everything together, keeps it cohesive.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I am true to my people. So 13 Sleighs Till Christmas gets my vote.
All right.
Please vote against yourself. No.
I'm going to go with 13 Sleighs.
No shame in his game.
I have a comment about this. This is where I call into question whether or not this was a random pairing. It's like PJ says, well, American Psycho, that's not a Christmas movie. And so it's really going to be easy for me to pick my own movie here.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
And it's easy for Tyler. Tyler loves American Psycho, but he says right off the bat, that's not a Christmas movie. So whatever it's paired up against, if it's a Christmas movie, is going to win. So PJ, did you put this? Was this the one you hand placed just to make sure you made it to the Sweet 16?
No, this was random, but I also and I was happy with the pairing because that crossed my mind because I do know that. Whether it made it, even if it makes it past the first round, I don't see it making it past the second round.
Well, I mean, is it another random draw for the second round?
Yeah, we haven't really decided that.
Okay.
I don't know how we go about.
I'm sure you will be able to place it against the movie that you feel like you can beat in the next round, just like you did in this first round.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going. If Batman Returns makes it, it'll go up against Batman.
Oh, gross! Don't let me. Yeah. God, go to the next one.
Okay. Next one is Die Hard.
Not a Christmas movie.
Versus A Christmas Story. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. John McClane, and here, let me argue my case because you and Davin are in the same boat. John McClane is going to visit his wife for Christmas during a Christmas party. There's a terrorist attack. The movie has tons of Christmas music in it. There's Christmas decorations. It takes place on Christmas. And the movie is the whole narrative for the film is a Christmas party, and he's going to visit his wife because of Christmas. He's coming home to see his family for Christmas.
So what I'm understanding now that I've been educated on what a wraparound is, so the wraparound is Christmas themed. It's just all the other stuff that is in the movie that everybody likes about it is non-Christmas related.
Right. It's a Christmas film that has
nothing to do
non-traditional Christmas. Because even if the dialogue in the movie, there's so much dialogue in the film that's Christmas oriented.
I only know one line.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, no, I only know one line that I can't say.
You wanted a Christmas miracle? I give you the FBI.
You can, edit this, right, and bleep stuff.
Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one that I know.
Yeah. No, that's not Christmas.
No.
But...
It's a memorable line.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I'm not voting for Die Hard. A Christmas Story is my favorite. Well, next to 1A, 1B with Christmas Vacation. A Christmas Story was always watched in my household. The house I grew up in had a leg lamp that came shipped with Fragile on the outside. So, A Christmas Story, hands down, no questions asked.
All right. Okay. Die Hard, between the two, Die Hard has become one that I probably watch more than A Christmas Story. However, A Christmas Story is one of those ones I grew up on. It was a staple in the household, and it's one of those ones that, like Charlie Brown Christmas or Grinch or Frosty or Rudolph, I watch it every year during Christmas time because it gives me the feels. Yeah. So I will go with The Christmas Story as well.
All right. That's
but Die Hard is still a Christmas movie.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter because Die Hard's done. See ya.
Died hard. You doing all right over there, Travis? How's that drive?
My energy drink keep me awake, so here we go. Let's go. Mixing up an energy drink. Let's go.
Okay, so we have the next two, the Santa Claus versus A Bad Mom's Christmas. Travis got the same look on his face when I announced when we announced Bad Mom's Christmas. Mm-hmm. It is a Christmas film. It's part of the Bad Moms trilogy. It's the third in the Bad Moms movies. I've never seen it before, but I tried to make this list as diverse as possible.
Is the Santa Claus Tim Allen?
The Tim Allen Santa Claus.
I've never seen A Bad Mom's Christmas. I've never seen any of the Bad Moms movies.
Me neither.
Are they new?
Newer, yeah. It's got Kristen Bell.
And
Catherine
Melissa McCarthy.
She might be.
It sounds like a movie she'd be in.
Mila Kunis is in them.
Okay.
I've heard they're really, really funny.
Well, I'm sure it is. I'm sure this movie is. I've never seen it, though, but I like Tim Allen. I think he's funny. He's kind of a dorky funny, but he's funny. Right. And I like the Santa Claus. And is that really how you spell it, or is that a typo?
That is how you spell that, because that's the whole idea.
Contract.
Because it's a clause.
That's right. Okay. Yeah.
Because the E is like falling off at the end.
That's right.
On the title. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to agree with you because the Santa Claus became one of those later classics, I believe.
For sure.
And it still is, because I watched it for the first time last year and forgotten how great it is. So it's a good movie.
Yeah. Good one.
All right.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Ernest saves...
Y'all are doing great.
Hopefully they all go this smoothly.
Ernest Saves Christmas. Big Ernest P. Worrell fan. And I'll Be Home for Christmas.
That's the Jonathan Taylor Thomas movie.
JTT?
Mm-hmm.
JTT. Yep. So we just talked about the movie that his work dad was in, and the Santa Claus. Yep. I'm going with Ernest. I like Ernest stuff. I grew up on it. You know, that's you watched all of Ernest's movies, and Ernest Saves Christmas, another feel good movie, another get you in the mood for Christmas movie. So I'm going with Ernest.
All right, I'm going to have to go with Ernest as well. I mean, just because, for one, like you said, it's Ernest. You can't go wrong with Ernest. All of his movies, even the later ones, like Ernest Goes to Africa and Ernest Back to School, or Ernest Goes to School, even those were good, even though they looked like they were really cheaply made. But I've never seen I'll Be Home for Christmas.
I haven't either.
Oh, okay. So yeah. I too will go with Ernest Saves Christmas. So, all right. Ernest moves on.
You okay in there? Have you finished your energy drink by this point?
Yeah,
Are you in Cincinnati yet?
Yeah.
No, not quite.
Okay. Next one is The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Good one.
Versus Home Alone.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Home Alone's one of the best Christmas movies ever, right? Mm-hmm. It's a classic. Everybody knows scenes from it that they can act out from memory. Everybody knows lines from it they can act out from memory, and there's a reason for that. It's a damn good movie.
Yeah.
But the Muppets are classics as well. But Home Alone for me.
Well, once again, we are in agreement because, I love Muppet Christmas Carol. I went and saw it in theaters when it came out. It's an awesome movie. It's funny, and it's something the whole family can see. But, yeah, Home Alone is, Chris Columbus, John Hughes wrote it. You cannot go wrong with Home Alone.
Yeah.
So, Kevin McAllister, you're moving forward.
Another unfortunate first-round pairing for the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so the next one I thought was really interesting that it paired up like this. Because I'm sure you're looking at it going, neither one of these are Christmas movies.
That's because they aren't.
And so it's Batman Returns versus Lethal Weapon. Okay. Once again, I would not argue with you because I personally do not believe that they are Christmas movies. Now, Lethal Weapon does take place during Christmas, as does Batman Returns. However, Batman Returns doesn't really, even visually, there's Christmas. It's Christmassy, but there's no real references, no Christmas music, anything like that. In Lethal Weapon, it does have that.
Yeah. Batman Returns is a Tim Burton film, though, correct?
Right. Yeah. It's got the Penguin.
Danny DeVito. But the worst...
Christopher Walken is in it.
Arguably the worst Batman of all time.
I don't know.
You're a Michael Keaton fan.
PJ, why is it even on the list?
Diversity.
But it's not, if it's not a Christmas movie.
Well, no. Well, let me say this.
50 Christmas movies.
Yeah, but they're all Hallmark. Nobody watches those. No, Batman Returns is considered by some a Christmas movie.
Like, is it on a list that you found?
Yes, it is on a list, and I have heard others say they consider it a Christmas movie. So I was trying to be a little more inclusive with this one, because I don't consider something a Christmas movie, other people.
Okay.
I just tried to give one to the one random fan in Guam we have that thinks this is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
They keep liking and sharing. We got to keep them happy.
That's right.
I don't really remember the Christmas element to Batman Returns. Not a huge Michael Keaton as Batman fan either.
Really?
Not now.
Did you like Val Kilmer? Or
I did like Val Kilmer.
George Clooney better than Michael Keaton?
George Clooney's a tough one to say is better. They're both not my favorites. I did like Val. Not a fan of Michael Keaton as Batman.
Oh, wow. You're probably one of the first people I've ever talked to that... To me, Christian Bale has been the best Batman. I really liked Ben Affleck as Batman.
Yeah. Would put both of them ahead of Michael Keaton for sure.
Yeah, I think Christian... But I do... the new Batman movie coming out... Or no, is it Batman? Oh, The Flash. The Flash movie coming out has Michael Keaton returning as Batman.
He's like 70.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's old Batman.
Old Batman.
Because there is old Bruce Wayne in the comic books. So eventually Batman does become like an aged man.
Well, he's got enough money, he should be able to reverse that process.
Yeah.
In some
but
way.
I don't think he's in his, I think Michael Keaton's in his like late 50s. So not that old.
Are you sure?
But older, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think that's right at all.
I'm pretty sure he's like late 50s. If anything, maybe early 60s.
Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it until...
That's right. Anyway, back to the list. I would pick Lethal Weapon, though, over Batman Returns, just because I enjoy Lethal Weapon more. And to me, it's more Christmassy than Batman Returns.
Yeah, how good are you with quick math?
Awful.
Yeah, what's if somebody was born in 1951, how old would they be today?
70.
Thank you, Travis.
Michael Keaton is 70 years old?
Well, I mean, Wikipedia is not exactly the end-all, be-all, but I trust Wikipedia to know when Michael Keaton was born.
See, I usually look on IMDb, but that could be correct.
And his real name is Michael John Douglas, in case anybody wanted to know.
Honestly, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I just learned something
my
new.
vote is for Lethal Weapon,
All right.
and your vote was for
Lethal Weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, T.
Yeah.
No.
Looks like it's not too old for the.
If I had
Even
like
with
a
the-
little rim,
I'll add a rim shot in
there you go.
But yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna have to bleep that out as well. So, okay, moving on to the next one. Your turn.
The Night Before versus Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Again,
Another unfortunate pairing.
I would agree with you. Like both movies, for the same reason, I'm sticking to A Christmas Story and A Charlie Brown Christmas. I am voting for. Can you guess?
Rudolph.
That's correct. It's a classic.
Have you seen The Night Before?
I don't. If I have, I don't remember it.
It's Anthony Mackie, Seth Green, and he was in Premium Rush. He was in The Dark Knight Rises.
Seth Rogen?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's did I say Seth Green?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant Seth Rogen. So it's Seth Rogen, Anthony Mackie, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And they're three friends that get together every year on Christmas. It's a hilarious movie. It's just as funny as Office Christmas Party.
Yep, putting a star by that one. Needs to be watched.
Yeah,
so
I own it as well, so I'll just bring that to you too.
Voted for Rudolph because I was woefully unprepared for today.
I love The Night Before. It's a great movie. I love it all the same reasons that I love Office Christmas Party, but I'm going to have to go with nostalgia once again, and that's going to be Rudolph.
Yeah.
So we're in agreement once again. Sorry, Travis.
It's fine with me. Y'all are doing great. How many more we got left?
Hey, look, the great thing is that you will have at least opened and closed this episode.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
All right, so the next one is, and I think this was If I remember correctly, I think this was not on the list last year either, and it got added at some point. And it's Jingle All the Way versus Prancer. But if I remember, Travis, it wasn't on the list, and you were a big advocate for Jingle All the Way. Am I correct in that thinking?
I don't remember, but I am an advocate of Jingle All the Way because it has so many. It has parents who of children can relate so much to this movie.
And you're an avid Sinbad fan.
Yes, I love Sinbad. You got me. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I voted hard and was very outspoken about Jingle All the Way last year. I don't remember if it was on the original list, but you are correct. I was an advocate for the movie.
I have seen both of these movies. It's been a while. Schwarzenegger, Sinbad, great flick.
Phil Hartman.
Somebody's brother. Is it Belushi?
Yeah.
Jim, not Jim Belushi. What's his brother's name?
John
Belushi's brother, Jim.
I was gonna say James Belushi.
Yeah, that's who it is. He's in it.
Yeah.
And Prancer's a good movie. It's just not really, not my stilo. So I'm Jingle All the Way for me.
Yeah. I too will go with Jingle All the Way. Between the two, Jingle is just a lot more it's more fun. It's something that you could probably watch more than once. Prancer, kind of a snooze fest. It's a feel good movie, but still a snooze fest.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I agree. Jingle All the Way. So
next two.
Yep. Is it me or you?
I don't know.
I'll let you do it.
Okay. Jack Frost. Are there multiple Jack Frosts?
There is. There's a horror film called Jack Frost about a killer snowman.
Never seen that one.
It's great. If you like cheesy horror films, it's kind of become a cult classic. But it's pretty good. It's one of the I believe it's the first film for Shannon Elizabeth.
Okay.
And she.
But that's
not
one
of those movies that she regrets being a part of.
That's not the one we're here on today. We're talking about the 1998 version, though, correct?
Right, yeah. This one is the one with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Where he's the father who passes away and then returns as a living snowman so he can spend time with his son. And I cry my eyes out at the end of it.
Yeah, I'm Elf is one of the funniest Christmas movies, if not the funniest Christmas movies in my mind that was ever made.
Right.
Huge Will Ferrell fan. So I'm going with Elf. Hello, my name is Buddy. What's your favorite color?
Well, I love Jack Frost, and I think this too is a victim of unfortunate pairing because normally I would argue for Jack Frost because it's one of those films that not a whole lot of people watch or have seen, but it's a great movie, and it's a tearjerker. But yeah, Will Ferrell, you can't go wrong with Elf. It too has become like a staple Christmas film
for sure,
and a heavy hitter, which I think is why it just melted Jack Frost's face. So I'm gonna say Elf as well. And this list is going to get really hard.
Difficult.
Yeah.
Difficult.
Moving forward because it's. So, all right. So the final two, we have Krampus versus Bad Santa, which is, I'm really on the fence.
Yeah, I'm on, solidly on one side of the fence, but I'll let you discuss both movies before I let you know which side of the fence I'm on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what side of the fence you're on.
Okay.
Because I guarantee you've never seen Krampus.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
So, Krampus is a Michael Dougherty film. He directed Trick or Treat, which is a Halloween-themed horror anthology. He went from Halloween to then making a Christmas horror film. And Krampus is a ton of fun. It's got the actors in it are all great. Michael Keckner is in it. or sorry, Dan Koechner. Blammy, that guy from Anchorman.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, I know him.
So he's in it. It's such a fun movie, and it is a horror film, but it's more like a horror comedy. The special effects in it are great.
Fairly recent. I mean, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it came out. It was probably like 2012, 2013, like somewhere around in there.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust your dates after you thought that Michael Keaton was only 50 years old.
Well, you're going by Wikipedia, and anybody and their grandmother can change the information on Wikipedia.
Okay.
I'm on a Wikipedia page. I have a Wikipedia page. I went in and removed the fact that I'm still married to Trina on there, and someone changed it back.
Maybe it was Trina.
Ooh, I didn't think of that. Well, it says who makes the changes, so some rando got on there and made the changes.
Okay.
Somebody also changed my name to PJ Khaki Pants Starks.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and this was recent, and then someone went in and changed it and removed the khaki pants part.
And added Tony as your middle name, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, that was you.
And then, of course, we all know what Bad Santa is.
Great flick.
Yeah. Man, it's such a good movie, though.
It is. I'm my vote's for Bad Santa.
I know.
Billy Bob's a great actor, and feel like those are the types of roles that he was born to play.
He definitely was.
Right?
Yeah.
And right in his wheelhouse. The kid in that movie is fantastic too.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. Curly white-haired kid.
I think that's his name.
Curly white-haired kid number one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is on Wikipedia.
Okay. Yeah.
That's his name.
Curly white-haired kid number one.
Oh, okay. I thought you looked up khaki pants.
That's because I just went in there and changed it on Wikipedia.
See, that's all
Curly
it takes. Sorry, Michael. I'm going to have to go with Bad Santa, too. Because, Bad Santa's one of those movies that it's just so good and so funny.
It's the only choice, really.
Yeah. Krampus is a great movie, though, if you haven't seen it.
I'll put a mark by that one.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie. And
that's a lot of movie watching for the holiday season.
Welcome to my life.
Right?
Yeah. You'll know what it feels like to be me for Christmas.
Wow. That's a lot of movies. But yeah, I'm definitely going to check some of those out, though.
All right, cool. Okay, well, so I guess since you're the guest.
All right, so real quick, you've been keeping track of the winners, right?
Yes.
Oh, we were supposed to do that?
Yeah, right. So go over real fast. No discussion at all. Read what the pairings will be for the Sweet 16 next week. Just read them out, and then we'll conclude.
The Sweet 16 of the Christmas movie bracket, first pairing will be in the Sweet 16 is A Charlie Brown Christmas versus How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Second matchup is It's a Wonderful Life versus Frosty the Snowman. Next pairing is Black Christmas 1974 version versus A Very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas. Next pairing, 13 Sleighs Till Christmas, an early frontrunner, versus A Christmas Story. Unfortunate for
That's
for Peach.
See what I told you? I told you.
Next pairing, The Santa Claus versus Ernest Saves Christmas. Next pairing, Home Alone versus non-Christmas movie Lethal Weapon. Next pairing is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer versus Jingle All the Way. And rounding it out, two heavyweights, Elf versus Bad Santa.
I said earlier it's going to get tough, really, really tough.
There needs to be some type of Gallup poll done with all 32 entries to get a ranking so we can appropriately put them in a bracket against each other.
Seed them. Yeah. So we can seed them.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing, too, is... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I think if we circulated it throughout the office and had them rank them 1 through 32 and then take the averages and we could seed them from that next year.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is we'll put this list out publicly and allow anybody off our social media to also give their 2 cents and see what they think.
Yeah, so that's the last thing I was going to say, PJ, is we got a lot of social media interaction on this last year. There was lots of people weighing in on it, so let's get it posted with the brackets and see what people think. And and then we'll be ready to rock next week. Tyler, thank you for being the first of the voters on the Christmas movie challenge.
Happy to be here.
I will say this: you are far more knowledgeable about movies than I guess I ever knew. And recalling last year, you're far more knowledgeable about Christmas movies than anybody that was on the show last year. So well done.
Great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Can we edit our website to add that to my bio, please?
Yeah, we're gonna add that to your bio. Christmas movie extraordinaire.
Yeah, we could do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, PJ, you know the guy that knows the guy that fixes our
I'm going to
website,
send him an email as soon as we're done here.
Yeah, send Michael an email. All right, well, this has been Law Light, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree. We've had PJ, Tyler Johnson, and myself. We're going to wrap this up. We thank all of you for listening, and if you ever need good quality legal representation, find the lawyers that know Christmas movies. Have a good evening.
This case should never have come to trial.
I don't think it's fair to call my clients frauds. Because one time I turned into a dog and they helped me. Thank you.
Your Honor, we would like to withdraw our plea of not guilty and enter a plea of guilty.
This trial is a travesty. It's a travesty of a mockery, of a sham, of a mockery, of a travesty, of two mockeries of a sham.
If we are to have faith and justice, we need only to believe in ourselves.
And the truth shall set you free!
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Oh, guilty, but with a real good excuse.
I think the truth will come forth.
You can't handle the truth!